All right, 3 more things, I promise. I'm going to start with my biggest, 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 anybody can see behind me? Biggest, biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve, right? Biggest one. Please stop doing this to your students when you are demonstrating. All right, student, can you throw it right across, put right here, boom, and leave it there for me. And then you proceed to do 10,000 fancy things around this, take your students down and hit them. And so many people I've seen in so many systems to this day are still doing that. When have you ever seen a fight with a street fighter coming through, boom, and just leaving his hand there, or leaving his foot there for you to do 10,000 moves around it? The true test of a move is when you can go to a seminar or go anywhere in a room and somebody questions you and you say, come here, throw anything you want. That's a famous TCF line. Throw anything you want. You can even rush me. You can do whatever you want. That's the true test of any move. Not sticking your hand in and leaving it there and doing all these moves around people's hands. And everybody's, oh, they're so taken aback and love that stuff when they see it online. The person stuck his hand out and left it there. I can make a 5-year-old child look good doing that. Doing the moves around a hand that's just stuck out there, or a foot, or a knee, or whatever the case is. You know what's funny? Martial artists are the only people on the planet I see do that. I don't watch boxing anymore like I used to. But to this day, I don't see boxers do it. I don't watch MMA either. It's just, I'm not going to say it, but from what I've seen, I don't see MMA people do it. I only see so-called martial artists do it in all these different styles to try and show off their moves. And now what's worse is I've seen knife fighting systems that are doing the same thing. They go, cut, and then they have the person leave their hand here, and the teacher or instructor does 10,000 things around this person's hand as they're standing there with a knife. Have you ever seen a knife fight? Have you ever seen a knife fight? Oh, and then they come up with this excuse. Oh, well, no, it's just for tools. We're just practicing for timing. You cannot practice timing and just for tools and just to work things against things that are never going to happen. Or else you don't have it. When the real stuff comes at you. Have you ever seen a knife fight? If someone ever says to me, I will not go to those crazy seminars anyway, but let's say by chance someone forces me to go and they pay for me. And they call me out and say, hey, can you just throw a knife at me? Just stick the knife, and I go bam, 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 and I cut the person up 5 times and then stick it in them. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to do that. Can you just put the move, can you just leave the hand? Oh, right, please. And then, if by chance, notice I can use my right or my left hand. I did that in a movie recently. And someone said, gee, I've never seen somebody take a gun from their left hand and move it, sorry, it has a piece of string here, and move it to their right hand and point the gun and put it back in their left hand again. Anyway, it doesn't matter which side, right? What was I going to say? If you've ever seen a knife fight, like I just did, right? You see them slash, you see them wild. There are no specific angles these people are coming at. They're just coming to either slash you or stab you. So you've taken this stupid martial arts attitude and you've applied it now to weapons. Even if you happen in a miracle, oh, let's not talk about the stupid disarms I see people doing, a knife, and then they flip them, and then they grab. What the hell is wrong with people? What is wrong with the martial arts world? Right? But let's say by chance, you are somehow smart enough, when this person comes slashing at you all over the place and stabbing you, that you suddenly were able to capture, boom, and take the knife out. A good knife fighter has another one in his back pocket. Ready to slash you again on the other side. So please, stop this nonsense of sticking hands in and pretending that you're fighting a corpse. A move only works, right? If someone is, you tell someone to swing at you and they do it like that. Or you tell them to rush you and they rush you. Or you tell them to kick you and they really kick you. And then you tell them, hey, come with whatever you want. And they come with a combination of stuff, even if it's a street fight. Let me see your moves work then against that. That's how you know something works. That's number one. Gee, if you want an extended arm, look at JKD. Somebody said, can we please leave JKD out of this? Oh my God. I'm not even going to go into the way that they do this thing. I don't know what they do with a back fist and a trap and put this hand here and put that hand here. Oh my Lord, have mercy. Help me, Jesus. My wife said, stop saying help me, Jesus. But he really has to help me, or she. Okay, anyway, fantasy. Thank you both. Anyway, moving on. Number 2, stop pushing punches. Stop pushing your punch. Where did this pushing thing come from? Right? The body is made to snap. See that? The body is made to snap and to pull. What is this string here on my thing? Somebody asked me the other day, gee, what are those things on your fingers? I said, so many people are copying me now and not giving me credit. I'm just going to start putting odd things on me. And then you're going to start seeing it and you're going to say, what is that for? Oh, I just wanted to see it when people copy me, if they put these on their fingers too. Right? Anyway, when you look at your muscles, don't just push. They pull. People think the strike is over, boom, and they do that when they push the strike out. No, that's not even half of it. A lot of the power in your strike depends on the pullback. The pullback. This is why working on big bags is one of the most dangerous things you can do for your own fight IQ and your own fight snap development, because the bag is always pushing back at you. But when you're out there trying to push at people and they're running and you're moving and your hands start doing like that, that's why you overreach. That's because the bag is usually pushing your hand back. If you're practicing really pulling without something in front of you, then when you hit something, you will hit it like that. Woo-wee! The pullback. If you go out at 100, you come back at 150. The strike ain't over till it's over. And it ain't over till we pull it back, because pulling it back matters. And that's why if we miss, let's pretend I miss hitting this bag. If we miss, and I'm going to do it with my left hand, if we happen to miss this bag, boom, we are never off balanced because of that pullback. Woo-wee! Now, in the idea of having your hands and pulling back, why do you think people go so wide and want to push? You know why? Because they don't understand this, right? 40% of your power, I wanted you to see my feet, comes from the twisting of your foot, driving your foot into the ground. The other 40% comes from the core and the waist. Only 20% of power comes from your arms. Your arms are only 5% of your body weight. Duh! So you know why they're swinging like this and pushing? Because they don't know a darn thing about the breakdown of where power comes from. So they figure if they take their hands back and push it through, that's giving them power. Not realizing when they come up against someone like us, you can't. If you look at the mirror, you can actually see the rotation. See the mirror right there? Look at the rotation of the feet. That's why, like that. See the rotation, right? Like that. See the rotation? You don't want to get hit with one of those strikes. This may look impressive in the movies. And someone told me once, gee, well, they have to swing like that because if you go in the ring and you knock somebody out like that, it's not fun to see. That's not entertainment. I think it was Dwight Woods that told me that. What? Are you serious? No, they just don't know it. They don't know how power is generated. Once again, 40% twisting of the foot, the other 40% up here, the core, the waist, the back. Only 20% comes from the arms. So your focus, even when you're swinging, you see the snap back? should be, look at the mirror, right? It should be, I'm down there. It should be that down there. You will not see that coming either. I'll be right up against you, boom, you look at that. You won't see it coming. You're not going to see this nonsense wind up. Woo! And that same thing is why you see we look so fast when we're hitting something, right? If you look at the mirror, you see my focus is constantly on that foot like that, and the whip back, pulling it back. Everything, right? Everything, if you look now and you realize, let me take this down, right? Take that down. Everything now, when you look at my stuff, you will realize that that's the one true line, right? The one true line. Can you see from there? It's that, okay, right? That's good right here, right? The one true line is the snapback from any angle. It doesn't matter the angle. You will not see the hand wind up. You're not going to see it, even if I'm coming up and under. It's not under like this. It's boom. You see the waist, the turning of the foot? Woo! That is the same thing you need. So when people see us break stuff, and they wonder, well, how come they don't have scars on their hands? There was a guy called Mahipal. I'm not going to go into much detail. He had never met me yet. He just saw my stuff online. And he saw some of the breaking. I hadn't even started to explain yet. You know what he said to me privately? He said, I bet you have no marks on your hands. I said, that's very good, Mahipal. That's very good, because he understood the physics of striking and the pullback and not spending all that stupid time on the target, swinging your way through. That's why. Watch, you know what, I'm going to do that last, right? I'm going to do that last. Let me end with this, and then I'm going to do what I'm going to do, what I was just going to do last. Oh, let me see if any questions up in here. Transference of energy. I practice all of your techniques. Who is this? Gershwin. Thank you, Gershwin. Fantasy. Gee, if you want to extend, okay, I saw that one. I'm scrolling down. I'm loving the comments this time. Really good. All right, well, who's there? Hey, Cisco. So, where was I don't want to get lost, because I want to keep this, it's very contained. It's only 3 things. Hey, John, I'm doing well. Three main things that I mentioned. Stop pushing and pulling. Stop sticking the hands out, right? The snap back, 150 coming back, right? But let me just say this one thing before I finish off. Dear God, listen. You have to stop teaching people, because all of this pullback has to do with reaction. That I don't know where this thing came from in combat, that when somebody moves, you do this. Have you ever been at the end of one of our strikes? If you do this, ask anyone who was cowered up like this with a glove on what's happened. You think we're going to go around the glove and try to hit you? I'm going to come right through that glove. Your head is going to feel like that because of the glove hitting you. Bosch Rutten was one of the only ones, smart people out there. I heard him say once, he actually said this once. He said, people doing this is like taking a focus mitt and gluing it to your freaking head and having somebody hitting it. Right? So, here is my point on that. Stop having people cowering like that. And stop having people, when they come at you and they fake you and you do that. In TCF, there ain't no such thing as a fake. When you move, we hit you. If you fake us, we hit you. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. We're not going to flinch. We're going to hit you every single time you move. And if you train people properly, see these stupid focus mitts, these stupid things right here, right? If you train people, if you want to use these and you train people properly and you want to teach them to react, have them do that. When they hit it, have them hit them back. And stop swinging the stupid things over people's heads. You're not helping anybody. I'm like, what are they doing? Hit the person upside their head with it. You've got to focus with it. What are you worried about? I see people hitting the pads and then they're passing it over your head. Are you crazy? If we use this, we're going to hit you upside the head or upside the body. But my point is, stop. If somebody fakes, you hit them. They move, you hit them. I know people love this stuff. I know they love the coconuts. It's become a thing now because they've begun to understand. They've begun to understand the kind of, what do you call it? Let me see if I can get that right there. Yeah, the kind of focused energy I'm talking about when you strike something and when you hit it properly. So today I'm not going to hold it in my hand and break it. I'm going to put it here, right? And all I want to demonstrate to you is now that you understand, it's not about a push, it's about a pull. It's about the pulling action. The pulling action. Now you can actually see it. I'll do it on my, I'm looking for to put my knees down on the pads. I don't know where it went. I'm going to show you the pulling action. And notice a lot of times I do this, I do it with my weak side. My weak side, it's the pulling action. It's the pulling action, left or right elbow, it doesn't matter, like that. See it? See it? It's the pulling action of that. If you understand, no marks, no marks, no red marks, no red, nothing. I don't know how to get this point across. All of the points I just made, but most importantly, that snapping action, and stop freaking sticking your hand out and beating your students up. I hate that. I see that at seminars too, but people I know, they're inviting people to give seminars at their schools and they're beating their students up. All these fancy things and the students are tapping out because they got to throw only one thing. Let me do that. It's my turn now. Stop doing it. You're supposed, if you're teaching, you're supposed to be a teacher that cares about your students. Stop inviting people to teach them and have them sticking and beating the students up and making them tap out and they look like they're in pain. Of course they're in pain. They didn't get to do anything. I love you all. Mwah. Let me look for any more questions. Let me get some napkins up in here. Right? Let me get some napkins up in here. In case anybody wants to see, they're on. It's not even red. It ain't even red. People are fascinated by it, especially when they come here. I'm showing you something so advanced. And yet you have all these people running around doing all these seminars. They're doing this style and that style, and then you come along and you show them something, and they pretend they don't see it. They've got so much pride, they don't want to come. They're like, oh, well, I'm so far up in my style and everybody respects me. Why would I come learn that? Don't be so stupid. Don't be so stupid. And you think when you come here, I'm going to show off? No, people come here and they love it. You think I'm going to post about you? Oh, look who's here, so-and-so. You think I'm going to do that? No, you only do that if you want to. There are some people who come here and say, gee, can you not tell anyone I'm coming here? Of course. Whew. All right, let's see. Forget showing them the coconut breaks. Do you show them the lock? Oh, okay, Dwight, I'll do that for you before I end. What you can do with that coconut juice. That's a really good, you know what, let me end with that. So in the seminar, I was showing people how the type of drills we do to develop that kind of shoulder snap back action. And I said there's a push-up we do like this. Let me see if I can put this flat on the floor like that. I said there's a push-up. God, look at I love my gym. Don't you love my gym? I'm going to do it with my left hand too, right? There's a push-up that we do like this. It's like that. See that? See where this hand is too? Not here, but here. Watch the shoulder. Look at the evenness of the body. People don't know anything about TCF. I've studied this since I was 10 years old. Why would I want to go anywhere else? In fact, someone on here once said they come here often. Gee, is there anything this system hasn't thought of? No. No. And that's why we have that thing about come at us with whatever you want. Snap it, stick it, drive it, do whatever you want. All right, let me see if anybody else before I go. Thank you all you guys for being on here, and Bone, Curry, all right? I love you all. Love you all. I really do. Any questions, just ask me privately or publicly, doesn't matter. Okay? Goodbye. Bye.